I am a cop. So where are the things I'm picking up going? I should have things in my items. So annoyed. Game's just decided I don't need them, apparently.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your call.
I'll keep whoever I want waiting.
A colourful piece of plastic is on the counter, rolled out of his open hand. You see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man does not mind.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item...
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job. Your fingers find their way. The man. You slip the plastic ID card out of the loop, just for the record. You look nothing like the man on the document. You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries ago. The note says, 5, Ria. It feels nice and greasy. The sleeping dock worker has little to say about your actions. He remains. You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens.
Fine. Bored now anyway. Oh, come on.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard clinging to a picture book version of the past
Why did I
century,
get such a crown?
waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profits. The sentiment is called a bespectacled man, and as you approach, on the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57.
You realize he's waiting for your name. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. No, it's not. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name for one classy cop.
Yes, well,
Doesn't even process what you just said.
Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an intradepartmental joke or a peculiarity he doesn't understand.
it looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice. Good. But even if you haven't, we'll have time for that, so we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body is still in the tree, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the citizens' militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is, he's not from the rat squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
Yes, but I'm not that. I'm from criminal investigation. Yes. They are not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence. Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down. After you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever.
Talk to him whenever I want. Yay.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41.
What?
Gloaming, I am here.
What is this? A joke to you? Is this what you get when you call the police now? This guy? We've been waiting for a week.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call her.
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I
Sylvie.
do.
This sounds like something you can use.
You said you just got here. From where?
What, of Martinez? No. I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here.
But you still know your way around, yes?
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here.
I didn't imply that.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses Ask him about the body's location before asking if he...
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the...
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco Negro. Sweet...
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number.
Dude, Garte.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Good for you. Was there something else? I don't know who killed him.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on it.
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock...
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better...
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message. What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real. Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
No, you don't owe me street bread. You owe me money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
No, it is
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachon. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real.
You're under
Real is
arrest.
still money. What are you, a philosopher?
Actually, I might be. Since I woke up, I have trouble remembering even the most basic concepts of reality. No, I'm just getting my bearings.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
Interesting. Where do I get it from?
Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
Interesting.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
What else I can say around here? I don't have, let's see what
I'm sorry I couldn't help more. You should take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car, okay? We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
I want to say something then thinks better of it. Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
Do I even
But
have
you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
I don't know. Yeah, South.
You
maybe?
don't really know, do you?
I don't. Does this mean I'm homeless?
South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
I traced the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number and a building.
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Put your badge missing, inspect victim's body, who made the call, reporting the crime, pay for damages. I don't want to pay for damages. Okay, I won't internalise just yet because I've got some investigating to do.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? An hour would have been bad. 2 hours is mystical. You have truly wiped out all trace of yourself if you haven't thought about rum and lemonade yet.
I'm secretly thinking about it all this time. Looks like drinking hasn't turned out too well for me. Now that you mention it, I do need a rum and lemonade. I forgot to serve me up a beverage.
Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade into yourself, boy. Or better yet, lick that stain off the counter. Calmly, the lieutenant looks out of the window, then to you, licking the tasty rum stain off the counter, then out of the window again.
What are you doing?
Drifted off into my own thoughts and now this happened.
We should move.
You could definitely go for some more. The titillating scent of alcohol in your nostrils was beautiful.
Worth it. Licking the alcohol stains off the floor. Mate, I'm Class E.
Hello again, sweetie. I see you've met up with your colleague.
The lieutenant nods politely. Wait, Who's Sweetie?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me.
Ah.
I'm too old and too married besides. You
Ah.
must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up,
This Lena
smiling.
is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Would you like to roll with me? I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything. Sweetie needs money. Do sweeties get money?
Whatever do you mean?
I want you to be my wheelchaired partner in fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers.
Yes. Probably Roll With Me by the Fletchers. People often quote the Fletchers at me. Morel says it's my theme song.
I gotta
Of
get
course,
going.
dear. Good luck with your case.
I'm gonna keep selling myself out as a moron. I did that last time. There's a lot of diversity in this game, I gotta say. Lots of things have changed, even though all I've changed is a few stats.
The RCM in Martinez.
So I'm
We don't
surprised.
see a lot of police around here. Of
Some
course.
questions.
What can I help you
Who are you
with?
exactly?
I
are you
am
doing here?
working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there.
Oh, she's the
Well-
greenhouse.
As you probably know, there's a corpse hanging from a tree there.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. We can get to work soon.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to
Salts? Ammonium salts. Perhaps useful for later.
We need directions. I had to
Of
leave.
course.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the...
Sure. Keep them. I have another pair.
Thanks, love. Pigs go home. Well, that's not very polite. Get this body checked out. Won't hold the weight of a grown man. I was trying to grow herbs in this greenhouse.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. You seem to be holding your breath.
Look
A
away.
cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle.
What
The
is
body
that?
below
Why is it so
is
bad?
thin.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. Nope.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Let go of your nose without throwing up. Right, so how am I supposed to get him down?
There are
That's the real
several
question.
footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Heavy work. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Noted.
Right, have to be quick in the draw.
Maybe more than 12. No. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot. Number 45 or 46.
Wait, which is?
You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 44. 6. An aberration. Light as air. Even pace. Same make of boot, but number 41. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped.
I'm pretty good at this, aren't
You're
I?
not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however.
Okay.
The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
Some guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopla. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Light step, number 41 shoe. A heavy one, 200 kilogram imprint. An aberration, one sole is smoother than the other. How do you think these tracks are?
200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who stayed up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
One of them is carrying him over.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Thinking, why did they have to carry him?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Maybe the victim refused to walk up to his own lynching. I mean, that's fair. Maybe the victim wasn't conscious. Reading of these prints could
Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see?
light
A
step.
woman? Or a kid?
Could be a kid.
Okay. How do you know?
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
I don't-
Understood. Anything else?
An aberration, one shoe is smoother than
Interesting. Let's name it the odd saw.
the other. If any of
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
a drummer.
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be a driver. Driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
Not thoughtfully. I was actually thinking.
He doesn't seem to hear you, looking south toward the traffic jam instead. The machines are silent. The engines are all turned off.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Yes, prudent.
Mm-hmm. A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashot. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy. The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself.
Either way. What else?